tonight's session. Honorable Judge Mary Stately Clark is presiding. Be seated, please.
We have to work on that. I think we get to do what we're doing now. I mean, Lord, I must make the whole wrong.
No, you're right here.
Behind us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, let's bring the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
There was a Rule 22s. I have a Rule 22 from Fox News, WAGA TV. What says the state?
No position, Judge.
What says the defense?
Judge, we're going to object, continue to object to cameras and recording devices in the courtroom. If the court is inclined to allow that, we would ask that the court order that all cameras, recorders, mics be turned off when the court is not in session. When we were in Cobb County, the court ordered that there be no cell phone photography taken in the courtroom.
I agree with those things. To the members, ladies and gentlemen of the press, first off, no pictures of jurors, which I think you all know that's standard, but I want to put on the record and I'm taking time here, and I greatly appreciate that. And secondly, turning the devices off during breaks is reasonable because counsel may be speaking with their client and they have a right to have those be privileged and not heard by others. And if it's not accommodated in the way I'm requesting, then there's a whole lot of extra rigmarole for them to be able to talk to their client during the break, which will slow the process up. So that needs to be something that you all accommodate. Also, it's against state law to use a phone to take pictures of the proceedings. So the Rule 22s only apply to the cameras that are being authorized. And last time we tried to pick a jury in this case, we had to stop for about 3 hours because that was going on. And I was meeting the law. I have a right to do this. And I finally said, well, no, you don't. Here's the law. And then graciously it was said to me, I'm sorry. Which I think, I appreciated that someone said they were sorry. So with those caveats, I am going to authorize the media in some Rule 22s. The next one is News for Jax. Any statement that either party could make about that?
No, Your Honor.
The state or the defense? The same?
I don't even know what that is, Judge. What do you think that's?
Okay. News for Jax. I'm assuming it's a Jacksonville authority. We're just not familiar.
Same position.
Let's see if I can video better. Yes, it appears to be a news affiliate out of Jacksonville, Florida. Am I not loud enough? Let's see if that's good. All right, the next I have is WSB-TV. They can say or the defense.
Same position.
WXIA. What says the state?
No position.
The defense?
Same.
10 years. Those are all I have. Or maybe some more, I don't know. I'm sure that they will present themselves to be perfectly known and to the clerk. Does this make it better for people to hear me? Maybe I don't know. Is that better?
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. All right, we have approximately, we may have exactly 25 jurors who have hardships, and we're going to take up the hardship hearings first.
I'll send for them, Judge.
Thank you. While they're coming, is there anything that we need to address with the state?
Judge, I know Ron came to us and asked about a formal order and perhaps a proposed formal order regarding change of venue. I don't believe the defense is asking for it, but we would ask that we just do a formal one as well, even though you orally pronounced it and then sentencing order as well.
One of the parties can do an order for you, Judge.
All right, y'all get me an order together. Do it not pro time to, I'm doing on the 10th. I know there are several motions. We'll probably do those this afternoon, but sometime fairly shortly.
The problem, we're waiting for those prospective jurors. I have a question, Charlie.
We figure probably sometime during the trial, see how that is unfolding, but perhaps
Maybe a little something earlier than that, please.
we'll get something together for you, Judge.
At least get it done. All right, let's have our first juror. Well, Jeff, he's standing in the hallway, otherwise they're not in there.
She said, yeah, I'll see. Yeah, we'll print it right here. This will be done. No, I think first bench is good. Yeah. Do about 6 per row. 6 person per row.
I can squeeze in.
That's good. That's good. That's good. 6 per row.
The jurors are seated out of the list. Y'all can vote, please. that's causing you some trouble, and I don't want you to have to do that anymore unless you want to do that. But I want you to expressly to get as comfortable as you can do. And so here's another just raise your hand, okay?
Thank you.
All right. The clerk is going to swear in all of the jurors who come in with hardship requests. So if you'll follow Mr. Phillips' instructions. Yeah.
Everyone stand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony so that you report on this nothing but the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Sir, in my orange shirt, I guess you're a UT fan. If you will come first, I'm going to take you first, okay? So, find your way to the witness stand.
Just come around with Joe. Next time around, y'all just come out the side right here. Come on around, okay?
Okay, that works. We're all new to this. Very good. Good morning. First thing I'd like to do is remind you that you're on the road. Second thing I'd like to do is ask you your name.
Frankie Farmer.
Pardon?
Yes, ma'am.
F-A-R-N-U-M. And I've got these in. I took you particularly at first. You asked to be excused from the case.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please state the reason why?
My old lady's being induced today, and she might be between today and tomorrow.
Okay, so the mother of your child where is she right now?
I think she might be at Dr. Brock's office, or she might be at the hospital now.
Okay, and so your child is coming, and you're expecting it to be either today or tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions by the state?
No, Your Honor.
By the defense?
We don't have any questions.
Y'all approach. you all basically initials, so we're going to have to figure this out as we go. Sir, what are your initials?
The last initial.
First and last initial.
TH.
TH. Does anybody mind if we question the juror from where he's seated for his comfort and convenience?
We don't have a problem with that, Judge. At some point, we're going to need to act. We don't have a list yet of juror names, so.
Mr. Chairman. Okay. Sir, you guys to be excused. Would you speak loudly for us to hear and tell us why that would be?
I have something the doctors told me I had at the emergency room the other night, but I went to main emergency care on Thursday because I'm having so much pain in my back, and it started off Monday when I left work, and I ain't paying no mind, so I took a leave and some aspirins, and I woke up, the next morning feeling pretty good. And I cut the yard and everything. After I got to cut the yard, the pain really intensified then. It just got so bad I couldn't stand it. So I just started taking some more pills, thinking it would go away. Then I went to emergency. When I went to emergency care, they said I had a pinched nerve. I had a pinched nerve on my muscle. And she said, well, to take off a couple of days. I said, that's fine, because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't walk, barely walk to the bathroom, which is 5 feet away. And she gave me some painkiller pills, and maybe some of them make me drowsy and sleepy. So I took that, and I'm still taking that. But it got so bad night before last that I couldn't take one step without almost falling. This was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, man, I got to go to the emergency room now. And then I went to the emergency room, so they put me on. So the doctors told me she said my muscles is so tense now and it's tightened up. I don't know how it happened, And she said, well, she put me on some more pills, and they're high dose pain pills. I want to take one now because I won't make it to my car without. It'll be about 30 minutes before I make it to my car, but that's how much pain I'm in now. And I'm going straight to a specialist when I leave here. I'm doing a beeline right there to it. Because if I can't use, I'm just hurting bad, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able. I'm all right as long as I'm sitting down. But once I go to moving, it's old game. It's over. I'm throwing up my hands. I got to sit down anywhere. I sit down anywhere, lay down. I can't sleep. It's been really, really bad. I ain't never had this much pain in my life. I had a massive heart attack, and I flatlined 8 times, and I didn't even feel that as much pain as this got me right now. Oh man, this is really. If you can let me go now, I'm going straight to a specialist. He probably gonna put me on some heavy. I don't know what he's gonna do, but whatever he do to help me to relieve this pain, so I can get back to my life as walking straight, I'll be good. And I'd be mostly appreciative to y'all if y'all would let that happen this morning. Thank you.
Questions by the state?
I don't have any questions.
By the defense?
No, ma'am, I don't have any questions.
I need y'all to approach the bench.
call.
Mr. Chairman, give you your next directions, and I will report.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Just get it on the night. Are you all okay with everybody doing Sir, on the front. MH. You can just have a seat. We'll talk to you from where you are.
Oh,
Y'all been moving around enough today, don't you? Yeah. Yes, sir. What is your, what would you like to bring to our attention?
Okay, my daughter is, wedding is this Saturday up in Virginia Beach. And it's been planned for some time. I'll be making a trip up to Virginia Beach Wednesday night and returning on Monday.
Okay.
So,
Well, congratulations.
you know, I'm open to compromise. I mean, I wasn't sure exactly what was involved here.
All right. So you're leaving Wednesday, what time?
Probably be Wednesday evening.
Okay, all right.
Then returning sometime, probably get back here about Monday afternoon.
Does the state have questions?
No questions, Judge.
Does the defense?
Mr. H, if we just called you back maybe Tuesday of next week, that'd be fine then.
Yeah, after Tuesday, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Counsel, I don't need all of y'all, but if you want to designate somebody in
Yes, ma'am.
Tuesday the 20th.
Pardon?
It's Tuesday the 20th. Well, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is. Because 7 and 2, I can do that. 7 and 2 is 9. There's a school teacher back there nodding at me, I think. The lady behind you is going, yes, it's simple math. I figure she's a school teacher.
No, it's,
Yeah, that'll work. All right. Mr. Sharon's going to help. You want your notes here. You get your notes here. He's going to come around and you can step out and Mr. Sharon will help.
okay, thank you.
What are your initials?
DB.
And what is it that you want to call to our attention?
I'm an ER physician. I'm scheduled to work tomorrow night and the following night. And I work in Fitzgerald, Georgia, which is about 2.5 hours.
Could you tell us something about the size of the emergency department in Fitzgerald?
Yes, ma'am. At the present rate, we're seeing about 14,000. patients a year. We have single physician coverage in 12-hour shifts. And on the weekend, we have a nurse practitioner also. The way the company I work for, or actually, actually just a contractor with them, works, they make the schedule 3 months in advance. The majority of ER doctors, not only there, but everywhere else that work as contractors, work in more than one place. That's the reason I make the schedule so far in advance, so everybody can get their days arranged at different. Comes in that doesn't work regularly there, and we all work in different places. The youngsters work in a lot more different places, several. But part of our contract is that we're responsible for finding a replacement if it's short notice. And if we can't find a replacement, the company does, what they usually do is they'll find somebody who'll come to work and they'll charge, the doctor will say, well, I'll work down there for double time, triple time, or whatever, because, I don't really want to go work today. And if that's the case, the guy that can't work under the contract has to pay the extra. But more to the point, like if something happens, like happened to me a while back, the doctor relieved me had a car accident. So I was just, stuck there working until they got a relief in, which luckily only took about 6 more hours. But, there's a guy working tomorrow day shift, I work night shift. Same guy comes back Wednesday for the day shift, and I work Wednesday night shift. So if I can't find someone, and so far I'm not, and the company can't find someone even paying them extra, then that poor fellow is stuck there. And you can't leave until you're relieved by the other doctor, which in his case would be here for 48 hours if I was here.
Questions about the state?
Just a few. Good morning. Based on the type of job that you do, things of that nature, with the schedules that you have, would you ever be able to work in to be a possible juror in a case?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I don't have anything the rest of the week once I get home Wednesday. I get home Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you were selected as a juror in the case and then you were asked to be on the jury and it took some time, would you then be able to possibly get the schedules changed, say 3 weeks from now, something like that?
If with that much notice, probably so, yes.
That's all I have.
Just so all of you know, we're going to break around noon. I know some of y'all want the body break just to get on this. So 5 more minutes is going to work. Or 10. Yes, sir.
Yes, B.
Yes, big. All righty. What would you like to share with us, please, sir?
I'm a small business, 12 employees, and it's very crucial for me to be in that business most all the time. 3 days is the most I take off at any time for a vacation. So if it was drawn out over a longer period of time, it'd be very hard for me to do that. Plus, I'm expanding the company that I do business with, the contractor to in Georgia Pacific. They're asking me to expand into Florida. And it's something that I've got to go next week and look at. And the expansion will probably take over December 1st of January. So there's going to be a lot of time to try to do this.
What's that?
No questions, Judge.
I'm sorry, you said it was SB?
SB.
Okay, you're the owner of a small business with about 12 employees. Okay, and you never take more than 3 days off?
3 or 4 days is about as much as I take off.
So if you were ever called into a trial that lasted a whole week, you just wouldn't be able to serve?
It'd be hard.
Okay. If you were asked to sit in this case and it didn't get started until a couple of weeks from now, would you be able to go ahead and handle your business down in Florida, wherever, and get that completed and come on back?
When I started that business in Florida, I myself would have to be there probably the first 20 or 25 days. And still try to run my brother's operation too. But it's going to be a lot of time. It's going to be time consuming.
Okay. Have you got any employees that can pick up the slack for you and take care of some of this?
Not to the point of what I do. I mean, my son works for me, but he still cannot do and make the decisions I do.
Okay. Do you mind telling us what kind of industry this is?
Yeah, Georgia Pacific is who I'm contracted to, and they're the pulp and paper business. And I'm in the maintenance business, and I take a lot of their equipment.
Okay. All right. If you were able to be in contact with your son by telephone, some in the evenings or on the weekends, and during the lunch hour, you think he might be able to handle it if you could have that sort of communication?
I mean, he could, but that wouldn't be the problem. The problem could be the communication with Georgia Pacific and myself, because I'm really the only person they talk to about this business.
All right, thank you.
What type of time frame are we talking about the business?
Over the new business, will that be, they ain't set the date yet, will that be able to be December 1st or January 1st?
Right, but it sounds like you'll be, December or January, you're going to be out of here and down in Florida, building up that part of the business.
Right, and between now and then, I've got to get to the point to start that business.
And I'm assuming part of that is talking to Georgia Pacific and setting up the contracts, and negotiating with them, and getting people lined up to do the work.
Right.
And if we kept you on jury duty and you were able at breaks to get on the phone and then lunch, and then we're going to work a work day, a business day. It sounds like that would be conceivable as long as the December or January time frame is met. Is that possible? It doesn't sound optimal. I know what optimal for you is. Optimal is I give you wings and you get to fly.
Exactly.
But if I don't give you wings and you don't get to fly, if we coordinated along those lines, that would be an accommodation.
Yeah. I mean, my contact with them is 5, 6, 8, 10 times a day with their corporate office. Mm-hmm. So, even right now, my phone is probably blown up with emails, but
you're doing it telephonically or electronically?
yes.
Come on up, Bill.
I'm going down to the location of Perry next week.
Oh, all right.
Georgia Pacific
That's good for us to know. It's a good thing Mr. Sharon made note.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure what day yet, but I know I've got it's kind of scheduled for Wednesday, but that's subject to change.
Okay. Well, we'll work with that for sure. What are your initials, please?
DD.
Deacon. What would you like to share with us?
I'd just like to share in court that I'm a primary care physician, VA clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. Take care of animals, elderly veterans. Unfortunately, VA struggle with access issues with the large veteran population in Jacksonville. In particular, is home to quite a number of facilities, medical Navy facilities. So it has a substantial number of with daily applicants trying to get access to the VA there. The need, of course, staff shortages are what they are. We do what we can to try to cover one another, but certainly prolonged period of absences are challenging. You have to pick up the slack for other providers who may be out. It's really
What does your typical day look like?
I get up where I live, drive 75 miles to Jacksonville, start at 7:30. My schedule is at 4, and then I in whenever I get through, and then I drive back to this area.
How many veterans do you typically see in a day?
We see in person anywhere from 12 to 16. Then we answer emails, veterans, and we make phone calls, appointments as well.
Does the state have questions?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
I just want to make sure I understand. Mr. B, you're kind of like a first line doctor.
I am a primary care physician.
So you don't have surgery schedules and that sort of thing. Thank you, sir.
Counselor's question. Excuse the prospective jurors. I want counsel to remain seated for the record on this morning's hearing. I'd like you all to come back at 1 o'clock. In the meantime, keep an open mind and don't discuss this matter with each other or any other person. Don't let anyone contact you in any way about the case. Have absolutely no contact with the attorneys, parties, or witnesses to the case. Don't pursue any independent investigation of anything to do with the case. You know nothing about it. You know you have a summons and you know a case name and that's it. So put yourself in that place. And I hope you have a very pleasant, lovely lunch and come back at 1 o'clock. Yes, ma'am?
If I don't have a hardship, there was just one question on the paper that I didn't know exactly what to answer, so that's why he sent me back here. My husband had dropped me off, so he doesn't know the timing or anything.
Okay, so you're saying that you don't have hardship, you don't think?
No, it was just a question on my paperwork.
Okay, well, why don't you stay and speak with Mr. Sharon, and he can get you in the right place with the clerk to know when you'll be coming back for your jury questioning. That's this gentleman right here. So if you'll remain, anybody else want to opt out of this? Well, I had to draw it out, didn't I? Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to excuse you until 1 o'clock. Have a good lunch. Yeah, come back. Let us know what's going All right, I think all the respective jurors have left the courtroom. I'd like to go back and go through the ones and make rulings that are consistent with our bench conferences. First of all, before we start this morning, there's a point that had to agree that we could do the bench conferences and then build the record later. Mr. Kilgore, would you indicate that was not a problem?
Sure. And we discussed previously during some motions hearings. I've spoken directly to Mr. Harris, and he's given permission for us to have bench conferences without his presence. And unless and until that changes, or if it does change, I will let the court know.
Thank you. Might be good to wait for Mr. Sharon, because he looks like to solve the problem. So far, we've been using the jurors' initials for their privacy, but we logged off that, so we're going to have to supplement the record in some way with full names. So I would suggest that we can use the initials, and then Mr. Sharon can provide a list to each of you in the court reporter, and she can go back in and fill the names at that point. Now, is that acceptable to the state?
That's acceptable to the state.
Is that acceptable to the defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. All right. The first person we talked to, we did get his name, but we'll call him Mr. F. And he's a person whose mother of his child is delivering, has induced labor either today or tomorrow. And the agreement after we questioned him and had the bench conference was that he is, Mr. Sharon Good. What I've asked is that we get a chance to, we're going by initials for jurors' privacy. You've got the list of the folks and their full names, and you're verifying them as they step out. I'd like you to, when we get through, make a list of the full names.
Okay.
And then supply that to the prosecution and the defense and the court reporter, so that the court reporter can go back and add the full names to her record. And if there's any problem, the state and the defense can review those names, and we can clarify the rulings as to each of these prospective jurors. Okay. And we were talking about the first juror, which was Mr. F. And I had placed on the record that the mother of his child is being induced either today or tomorrow. We've excused him for the day, and we agreed to put him as the last prospective juror to give him an opportunity for his paternity leave with his family. Is that a fair statement, Mr. Warren?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kilgore, is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything either party would like to add to the court's record?
No, Your Honor.
The next juror was Mr. T.H. And Mr. T.H. reported to court on a walker. And I perceived he was experiencing other people may not think that I thought he was in pain as he came in courtroom, and I stood up and told him he did not have to stand up for the oaths and things of that nature. And I did that affirmatively. But anyway, his testimony was that he had a pinched nerve. He gave us a fairly long recitation of the onset of the problem, the medical care he received, the pain medicines he's on. There was a fair amount of detail. When I called counsel to bench, both parties agreed that he be excused. Is that a fair statement for the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that a fair statement for the defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror MH is the juror whose daughter has a wedding in Virginia Beach. His time to leave is Wednesday this week to return Monday next week. And the agreement of counsel at the bench was that he be excused until September 20th, and that he not be called in for jury questioning until September 20 or thereafter. Is that a fair statement for the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that a fair statement for the defense?
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Juror DB is an emergency room physician in Fitzgerald, Georgia. Colloquy, one of y'all, was it Mr. Bourne that you questioned him?
I believe so, yes, Judge.
Right. Developed that his emergent situation is this week more than anything else, and the parties agreed that he'd be excused until Thursday morning this week. Is that accurate, Mr. Bourne?
Yes, Judge.
Is that accurate, Mr. Coburn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then the next juror was SB, small business owner in the paper and pulp industry, and that he has 12 employees. He's expanding his business in December, working with Georgia Pacific. We excused him for a trip next week until either Wednesday or Thursday. So let's just say Thursday. Is that acceptable to the state?
Yes, Judge.
Is that acceptable to the defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that consistent with your notes and your recall of not only his testimony but our bench trial?
Yes, Judge.
Thursday of next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you have something to?
I didn't have what day he was coming back.
I had Wednesday or Thursday. I thought it'd be proactive to say Thursday, so you don't want to be calling and then set scrambling. And I think we'll have work to be done. What do you have, Mr. Sherman?
I had that he wasn't sure next week when he had to make a trip. I think it was down to Florida. He said he thought maybe Wednesday or Thursday. For instruction on the court, I told him that if he couldn't excuse him, that probably next week he would be placed on the calendar.
Well, let's just put it in the normal rotation, and then see when he comes up. And if it's when he's on his trip, we'll work around. Does that sound like a better solution?
It does.
Yes, Judge.
Let's do that way. So I'm going to add to my notes. Excuse for trip next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, can be called before next Wednesday or Thursday. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And then our last person we talked to was BD. He's a primary care physician in Jacksonville, Florida. No, he's not. That was the primary care physician in the VA hospital.
That's right, Jacksonville. VA hospital in Jacksonville.
I just left the VA hospital part off, which I think is important. So his testimony to us is he's a primary care physician in the VA hospital in Jacksonville, Florida. And he had no legal excuse, so he stays on the panels for Rhode Island. Is that correct, Mr. Bowman?
Yes, Judge. What are his initials again? I may have misheard.
D is in dog and B is in boy.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Or D is in donut. I don't want to use
Lunchtime.
Well, no, I don't want to use dog about a person. It doesn't feel good to me. Donut's not good either. Let's say Delta. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, D is in delightful. D and then boy, B-O-Y. Tributary physician in the VA hospital in Jacksonville. He has no legal cause, and so he will be in the normal questioning with respect to jurors. All right, this is a good time to take a break until 1. Can you take this again on this? Okay, full names by one.
These people here.
All right, that'll be helpful. And that was involved with clerk and clerk can have a copy. Anything for the state before we wait for lunch?
Nothing, Judge.
All the defense?
Is it correct that this courtroom will be locked? Then we won't come back to jurors already sitting in here.
I don't know the answer to that.
Because
It will be locked.
It will be lost.
Always locked.
otherwise we'd have to clear the courtroom to bring the defendant down.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I've got.
All right, everybody have a good lunch.